Hey everybody, the right side here. Today I'm going to be discussing the first deck I made for Build the Deck Monday. This is going to be a Shin Hati red base deck. So I kind of was looking at a lot of the new leaders, and I think that a lot of them are kind of getting their flowers. Grief is supposed to be pretty good. Luke is supposed to be pretty good. And Cad Bane obviously has been kind of taking over the game, as to be expected for a free ping. But a card that I really think is pretty decent is Shin Hati. I kind of knew, like, going into it, that Shin Hati was a little bit of a late deploy for such an aggressive leader. And I did kind of find this, but I had a decent amount of success as well. I was pretty happy with how the deck turned out. But yeah, let's get into it. So this is going to be the deck that I was able to build, and I was able to go 6-4. If you're interested in seeing that, I have the live up on YouTube. If you want to check that out, I'll also be going over some games here, but I think it performed about as I expected, maybe a little bit better. I somehow was able to dodge every version of Cad Bane while running this, so maybe it's not really indicative of the level of the deck, but a decent amount of success. Take a look at this deck. Like, there are some interesting cards in here. Lurking Snub Fighter. Honestly, I was just looking for like an early space unit, and I can tell you that I almost never played the Strike Ship, the turn one space unit. It's nice to have, but unless you're facing a deck that you know is purely ground, no space, I don't know if it does enough. It is nice that it attacks for 3, but if there's a risk that they're running a green leader, it's just such a free trade for them that it's kind of just, like, it totally derails your plan. One of the final cards I got into here, or one of the final cards I added to the deck, was this Lurking Snub Fighter. 3 cost 2/3 with plot, and when played, you may exhaust a unit. Initially, when I put this card in this deck, I figured, whatever, I can put in the resources, and if it's ever applicable, sure, I'll play it. Like, bad stats, good ability, whatever. I honestly found that this card was very, very helpful because there is very little, like, combat in this deck. Like, you typically don't want to be fighting units, you want to be attacking base fast. And that means that the enemy board state is going to develop pretty quickly. They're going to play the cards they want to play, and they're never going to get removed. So you just have to rely on, obviously, given Shin Hati's ability, you have to rely on exhausting them. Once you get to Shin Hati's flip turn, the game is tight. It's usually a pretty close race. So when you flip and you're able to deploy this Lurking Snub Fighter, exhaust something, they attack with something, you attack with Shin Hati, and you can exhaust something, you're getting this double exhaust here that is just incredible. So that was a pretty good card. I kind of want to get into some of the least and most valuable cards in this deck. So we'll go, first off, we'll talk about the least valuable cards. And these are cards that I probably, upon playing this deck again, would cut. So the first one is Hellgate. Maybe I just got unlucky, but I think that I only attacked with this card one time. And usually at this point, there's so many Sentinels in the game now that usually when you're able to play him and he untaps, there's a Sentinel on the board. And the fact that he does not have Saboteur, maybe because his stat line is so incredible, it doesn't do much, honestly. It's nice to have these above rate units. And this is another thing I found out about Shin Hati. If you can play these units that are more power than their cost, you're just getting more value off of Shin Hati inevitably. The advantage tokens are nice, but by the time he dies, the game should be pretty close to over. This could probably give you a pretty good extension to go over that, but given that there's so many blue-black decks out there right now, Cad Bane, Thrawn, Mother Talzin, that are all going to be running No Glory, you just lose the benefit of playing these cards. Like, A 5 cost 6/4 no text is not good. A 5 cost 6/4 and when defeated your opponent gets the advantage is also not good. The next one is interesting. So it's Warrior of Clan Ordo. This is a great card, obviously. Very good card. And it's above rate. It attacks for 3 on a 2 cost. But there aren't enough red cards in this deck. I mean, if we go back to the deck image here, I mean, you can see we're running like 2, 4, 7, 10, 12, 14, 17 red cards in our 50 card deck. It's just not enough. That's actually probably more. HK plus the interrogation droid. Yeah, so we'll say but less than half of this deck has a red icon. I don't know. It's a really risky turn 1 play, and the benefit is, I don't know, not much. I mean, if you're able to go first, it's a good card, but if not, then it doesn't really do much for you. Okay, so now we're going to talk about the most valuable cards, and there's 3 on this page, and there's one that I want to give an honorable shout out to because I think it's a card that almost everybody should be running in their yellow deck from now on, given all of these Shielded Sentinels. So here we go. So the first one I want to talk about is Unsanctioned Patrol, and there's this thing with Shin Hati, and obviously it's very intentional, but it wants the initiative, and this is a really difficult thing to do when you're exhausting one of their units because you're basically losing an action. You're taking an action away from them during your action. So, think about it like if I have 4 actions and you have 4 actions, I attack and exhaust your thing. We're both down to 3 actions now because you can attack with your unit, and it's your turn. Then you go, do your action. Now you're down to 2 actions. So now you're ahead of me for the initiative. And so there's this way that you can kind of compress that. You can support, right? Obviously, attack with a unit, hit base, exhaust their unit. Now you've done 2 actions exhausting their 1 unit. And so now if we're going with the 4 and 4 example from earlier, if I have 4 actions, I played a card and attacked. So that's 2 actions in one, and exhausted your unit. That's 1 action for you. I'm still up. I'm still closer to the initiative. And I don't know if that makes sense, but that's just kind of how I think about it. And trust me, it works. And giving something Saboteur is so good. It is so good. But mostly the support ability is good. I mean, a lot of these cards come with bad stats just because of it. But a 4 cost 4/4 Saboteur isn't great, but adding the action compression makes it incredible. I mean, this card, every time I played it, even if I couldn't get the Saboteur off, was fantastic. It was a great card. Next up, Houndstooth. This card, very interesting. I mean, the text on this card is made for Shin Hati. It's so good. It trades well. It can get free kills in space. But most importantly, it is above rate in terms of the cost to attack. It's a 3 cost 4/3, so we're hitting above. It's such a good card. I mean, it's so unassuming too. The ability obviously meshes very well with Shin Hati, but just a 3 cost 4/3 is so unassuming, and it is so good. It is such a good card. And lastly, to the surprise of absolutely nobody, Hold for Questioning is such a ridiculously good card. We're all about exhausting, right? So to the surprise of nobody, but it doesn't matter. This isn't a support card, this isn't a Saboteur card, it's not a buff card, it's not really a racing card, but it is still so good. At every single time I played this card, it felt so good. Being able to exhaust something, look at their hand, get rid of their best card. It is every time you play it, it's a win more card. You're winning more than you would if you did not play this. I also just noticed that all 3 of these cards are from different sets, so that's a little fun accident. So lastly, I want to talk about this honorable mention. This is a card I think everybody should at least consider when they are building their yellow decks. Emperor's Champion. This card is a common in the next set. It is a common card. It is a 4 cost 3/5 Shielded Saboteur, and this card is So good. Every time I was able to play this card, it won me a game. It is able to kill the 4 cost 4/3 shielded sentinel that I can't remember right now that is just everywhere. It is able to kill almost every sentinel for free. It's able to hit base, obviously, when there's a sentinel out there. It's shielded. It gets like free attack damage. I mean, this card is literally so good. And I don't know if people are aware of it yet, but I'm telling you, with the amount of sentinels out there right now, you have got to get this card in your yellow black deck. It is incredible. It is an incredible card. Overall, it's a good deck. Could it get to the point where like this is a deck you could bring to a PQ? Maybe. There's interesting ideas here for sure. This Ninth Sister, it almost never gets to the point where you need Ninth Sister. But if you get to Ninth Sister and she is needed, it is a game-winning card. So it's nice to have in the deck. But it's a good deck. Overall, I would say, 6 out of 10. Not bad. I was able to win some games, luckily. But yeah, it's a fun deck. It was a good deck to play, and I had a good time. But yeah, let's get into some of the games. Let me show you kind of what we were thinking while we were playing it. All right, so this is the first game I kind of wanted to take a look at. Just in truth, this is one of the 4 games I lost. I figured that this would be a good one to start on, just to learn, about what I missed when playing with this deck. So here I'm going to be facing a Thrawn Yellow, and just to be honest with you, I don't have much experience with Thrawn Yellow. I know that it's going to play a Legacy run, and that's probably about it. So this is kind of the hand that we start with here. He wants to kill his own units. He probably has ways of doing it. So maybe I should dump Shadow here. Commence the festivities is good. We want to kill him fast. If this game goes late, we're not winning. Probably. Again, don't know Thrawn Yellow that well, but just thinking that. So we want to keep Commence. We want to keep Aura. That's our turn 1 play. Shin Hati is good. Here I decide I'm going to resource the Vayne Snub Fighter and the Razor Crest. Honestly, I don't know. Retrospectively, maybe not. Maybe this isn't good. I'd probably dump Shadow and then, I don't know. Maybe Shin Hati. Maybe. I don't know. The deck has space, but as you'll see, he plays a lot of ground. So maybe I should have done that. But so turn 1, he has initiative, which for us is very bad. We always want initiative first. It's a huge change in our win opportunities. So yeah, just not a good start to not have the initiative. Just gives him tempo to kind of do whatever he wants to do. So obviously we play Aura Sing. He claims, we pass. So next up, we pull 2 unsanctioned patrols. As you saw from kind of what I was saying earlier, this card is insane. This card is so good. I decided to dump one. Again, like retrospectively, I'd probably dump the Shadow, but whatever. One of our 2 unsanctioned patrols is getting resourced. Fair enough. Okay, after this, he attacks into our Aura Sing. He wants to kill this Night Sister Warrior to draw 2. Instead of letting him do that, because I don't think he has any way of defeating his own units yet this turn, just decide to hit base. Obviously can't exhaust anything but get some damage in. He plays Remnant Lookouts. He does not pay the 1 to discard. I decide to play Fennec Shand here, not triggering Ambush or Saboteur, just kind of playing it just to have some units on the board. He claims, I pass. Here I pull a 000 and a Lurking Snub Fighter. Obviously, Lurking Snub Fighter is plot, so I put it in the resource row. He attacks in to our Aura Sing. He draws 2 off of the Thrawn ability. I decide to hit base with Fennec Shand, actually paying 1. So this is an interesting thing here. This Commence the Festivities. It's a 1 cost. It gives a unit +2/+0 on Saboteur. I think you'll see this is a recurring thing. I was a little confused. I figured that the 5 damage that this unit does to base would be considered 5 damage for Shin Hati's ability. It isn't. The +2 from the card is not combat damage. It's totally different. So technically Fennec Shand hits in for 3, and because Shin Hati says exhaust a unit that costs less than the amount of damage done, we actually do not get to stop the Remnant Lookout here. Even though we hit in for 5, we do not get the Remnant Lookout. He plays a Desperate Commando. You know, I don't really, at the time, didn't really look into this. I should have. It's a 2-cost 2/2. That gives a unit -1/-1 when defeated. So I'll play 000. He plays Night Sister Warrior, again hoping to draw 2. I claim. He attacks our Fennec Shand, kills it, and I end up pulling Houndstooth and Ninth Sister. Again, I really should have resourced the Shadow of Stygian Prime. Like, this Ninth Sister would be such a good card for us just to close the game, because this is a game we need to close, and we just don't have enough presence on board right now. So, unfortunately, we resource the Ninth Sister. I play Unsanctioned Patrol and hit in with 000. He attacks our 000 with his Desperate Commando, which is a 2/2. When defeated, gives something -1/-1, and then doubles it up with Grand Admiral Thrawn, killing our 4/4. Great trade for him. Really bad for us. And if it couldn't get any worse, I claim, and he plays No Glory. So, I mean, at this point, the game's pretty much over, probably. Like, this is a late game deck. The issue of having the Shadow, like, right now, there's no good units to put it on, and it's like, he can kill his own units. Like, this is just not good for us. So, we pull 2 cards. Get Emperor's Champion, great card, and Ninth Sister. Again, I resource the Ninth Sister instead of the Shadow. Just not a good card right now. Ninth Sister, very good card. So we flip Shin Hati, so it gives us some board presence, and then we play the Lurking Snub Fighter so that he can't draw 2. Sure, yep, I'll be able to play Houndstooth, not a bad idea. Plays Grand Admiral Thrawn, Garindin, he knows what's in my hand, he gets rid of the Shadow. Honestly, not bad, like I said, not a great card here for us right now. So we attack base for 4 and exhaust nothing because there's no applicable targets right now. He hits our Shin Hati. I play Houndstooth. He claims with 4 up, probably so you can kill my Shin Hati. I pull a different Shin Hati and Fennec Shand. Ambush doesn't really help us because he wants his units dead, most of them. So we resource the Fennec Shand. He attacks in with his Night Sister Warrior, killing our Shin Hati and drawing him 2. I attack in for 4 damage, exhausting nothing because Shin Hati's tired. Then he plays Chimera, and this game is just pretty much over. There's not much left to do here, so I play Shin Hati, he claims, I play Emperor's Champion. After that, honestly, probably just keep both of these. Yep, stay on 7 resources. He plays Pre-Vizsla. This game is so over. Kills my Houndstooth. I hit base for 3. He hits for 6. I play Hold for Questioning on Grand Admiral Thrawn, taking No Glory only results, because removal is just going to ruin me. And then I play Warrior of Clan Ordo with no red cards in hand, so yeah, just that's another example of maybe this isn't the best deck for it. Sorry, he hits in with Chimera. I play Hold for Questioning on Pre-Vizsla. I get rid of Imperial Armored Commando, the 4-cost 4/3 Shielded Sentinel, even though I have Emperor's Champion here, which is just like a direct counter to it. So, but I want to hit base, like I don't want to be killing units. So he hits in with Thrawn. I hit in with Emperor's Champion. He hits in with the Mando. I claim because I can't disclose red. He defeats Chimera, and then he plays it for free, killing my 3/5 Sentinel Shielded and killing his Onyx Squadron Brute. And yeah, I just concede here. This is not a winning position. He played this deck exactly how it wanted to be played, and I just couldn't get over the top of him. So kind of what did I learn? I also realized that I mentioned that he played Legacy Run, but that must have been a different game because he most certainly does not play Legacy Run. Yeah, you just can't. At this point, like, blue villain top end is just ridiculous. Like, you cannot even let them get to 7. So I can't play slow. I gotta resource the shadow, probably. Like 2 free damage a turn is good, but I think for 4 I'd rather just play a unit that attacks for more. Right? Like, I like the Aura Sing turn 1, but I need the initiative here. Like, if I have the initiative, I think the game, maybe I still don't win. Like, he had really good cards, but yeah, like, if I have the initiative here and he isn't able to draw 2 straight up in the beginning and I can just attack in for 3 and he doesn't get to draw, like, that's so good for us. Then he'll play a card and then I'll play Shin Hati. And then he probably dies here and draws the 2. And then I would play Unsanctioned Patrol. And my Aura Sing would be alive still. So, I mean, this is the thing. Like, this is why the deck really struggles. Like, it just needs initiative in the beginning. Or stuff like this. Like, you just let the other player kind of play the way they want to. Right? Like, not being able to exhaust something on turn 2 because you don't have the initiative. It feels bad. That is an issue with the deck. So, but on to game 2 and 3. These 2 I will show you are victories. I just wanted to show you a loss to kind of show you that, like, how badly we need the initiative and how differently this game can kind of play out, like, if we don't have it from the beginning. Okay, on to game 2. We're going to be facing a Leia Organa DV. This is an interesting deck. I honestly haven't played Leia Organa very much. I think the thing is, though, about some of these, like Obi-Wan, like a lot of these experienced decks or these upgrade decks, Lama Su, Pilot Leaders, cards like Beguile, like if you pull them, are so good. They're so valuable here. And unfortunately, I pull a Beguile and I resource it. I'm just, like, not very intelligent, probably. So let's start this off. So the good news is, in this game, we actually do have the initiative. So this will kind of be able to show you, like, how differently the game plays when I do have the initiative. It's a totally different game. So we have no turn 1 plays here, so obviously I have to mulligan. Like, it's not a playable hand. So luckily I do. I pulled 2 turn 1 plays. I don't think Leia Organa plays in space, so I think here maybe kind of that mindset of, like, I'll play in space, you'll play on the ground, but I'll exhaust your units, so, like, I still have that tempo advantage. And we pull Unsanctioned Patrol, so thank God. I only ran 2 of those. Like, I gotta run 3. That card is so good. Again, you'll see I'm like obsessed with this shadow card. Like, maybe it's not good enough in this deck. It's not fast enough. So I'd probably maybe cut it. Just a thought. So yeah, we get to play first. We play our strike ship, and he'll play Han Solo. It's a good card. I'll claim. He'll give it an experience token. It's a 1-cost unit, which is awesome. I pull Fennec Shand and Ninth Sister. I don't really plan on playing on the ground, so a 3-cost 3/3 ambush is kind of whatever. So I'll keep the Ninth Sister. Again here, probably just dump Shadow, but it's also good, like, if he decides to go all in on a unit, like, being able to be like, okay, that unit's done for now. Like, you're not gonna be able to use that. So we decide to resource the Fennec Shand. Obviously, we hit in for 3. We exhaust his Han Solo. He plays Cinta Kaz, who I don't honestly know what this unit does. When she's upgraded, she's a Sentinel. So obviously, they're going to give it an experience token. But see, here's what I was talking about earlier with, like, losing actions, right? We attack in and exhaust his unit. He can no longer attack, so he has to play his card. I still have to play my card, so I play my card. And now he has nothing left to do, so he claims and he gets his first attack, which is not what we want. But the good news is Houndstooth, again, coming in clutch, goated card, we can still exhaust his 3-cost unit. Thank God. So he attacks in with Han Solo, gives it another experience token. I play Unsanctioned Patrol, attacking in with my Houndstooth, exhausting his Cinta Kaz. He plays Moral Authority, taking my Unsanctioned Patrol, and I attack in for 3. Honestly, I maybe should have claimed here, because now he has a 5/5. I kind of should just claim here and exhaust the Cinta, because I'm attacking him for 3, but because I don't claim, he's going to be able to attack in for 5 next turn. You know, kind of just losing damage here for no reason. But luckily for me, he decides to use his 1 resource to upgrade Han Solo. Life is good. I still get to claim. Here I pull a second shadow. I definitely don't want the second shadow. So here I'm going to attack in with the Houndstooth, exhausting Cinta Kaz. Makes sense. He gives another upgrade to Han Solo. Big mistake, hold for questioning, and I'm able to rip out Queen Amidala from his hand. Yeah, Queen Amidala here is really good. I wonder if I can see what was in his hand. I can't. This is the unfortunate part. Like, maybe I should do these games live, but I think just like giving like a top-down like retrospective on the game is also a good way to do it. So let me know like what you guys prefer. Maybe I'll play some games live. I always play games live on my live streams, but if you'd prefer to see the deck play live, certainly can do that too. But so yeah, here we get the Queen Amidala. We rip it from his hand. I think it's a good play. Like, I'm not going to be able to kill the 0/2 raid 2s, so they're just gonna, it's basically gonna be a 5/3 body with 2 2/2s coming off it, so I just ripped that out. He plays Axe Woves, incredible card right now. Like, probably should have dumped the Axe Woves instead, especially since he can get it out right now. Probably. I attack in for 3. He claims. I pull Beguile, and I pull Commence the Festivities. Beguile, oh my god, how beautiful you are. So he attacks in for 5 with Han Solo. I attack in for 4 with Houndstooth, exhausting Cinta Kaz. He plays, he taps Leia for 1 and puts an experience on Axe Woves. And I Beguile the Axe Woves. Why did I do this? I don't know. Is it the right play? Maybe. Like, maybe it is the right play in this situation to bounce the thing that's just going to exponentially grow. But honestly, I think there are arguments for bouncing Cinta Kaz here. The Sentinel doesn't really matter on her, but getting my own unit back is kind of nice. Like, just being able to have 4 more damage on my board and just be really threatening here. Obviously, he's going to attack in. This is for sure, I think, a safer play. Like, stopping him from attacking in for 5 is really good. But, yeah, I don't know. It's a question mark for sure. I would have to think about it, but I don't mind it. It's a safer play. It keeps us low, and he's still on 21. But we should probably be trying to close out the game, right? God, this is so hard. I don't know. This is a really, really difficult question. I'm going to say that I think I was wrong here. I really think that I probably should have bounced this Cinta Kaz. But then he probably just plays Moral Authority. If I bounce it... No, the upgrade doesn't get bounced, does it? I don't know. Yeah, so this is just the decision I made, but questionable. Maybe, maybe not. He flips Leia. I flip Shin. He plays Haymaker, which I believe the unit deals damage to. Yeah, it just kills my Shin Hati. What a card to have. I play Commence the Festivities, hitting in for 5, I believe, right? If you control fewer resources, then it gets +2/+0. Yeah, this was a big mistake. This is like, I definitely should have read this card a bit more, but yeah, the tough one. So mistake there for sure. And then he hits in with Leia Organa for 5. I claim. I pull a Shin Hati and an Emperor's Champion here. I already have a Shin Hati, so I dump it. I hit in for 4, exhausting the 7/7 Han. He hits in for 5, 6 actually with Leia Organa. I hit in for 3. He claims. I play Ninth Sister. He discards Gungan Warrior. I deal 3 to Cinta. I figure if he has something to exhaust in Arena, if he exhausts space, now I have a lethal threat on the ground because I can just overwhelm his Sentinel. I resource my Hellgate because there's no point now. And he hits in for 8 with his Han Solo, and I end up getting there in the end. So yeah, good game. Definitely some mistakes in there. I feel like thinking about this play just a little more, my Beguile, I really think that I should have beguiled the Cinta here. I'm starting to believe that because even though like giving a unit with Saboteur is good, I don't have fewer resources. I made that mistake in the game. So this doesn't do much for me. And this 4/2 hidden shielded unit, I mean, it's not going to be able to kill Cinta. So yeah, I think if I beguile this, I get an unsanctioned patrol and I play Shin Hati, like I just have so much damage on the board and he's so low that like I just think it's a better play. So yeah, that's why we watch the games. Okay, this is the last game, and this is one of my favorites. This is one of my favorite archetypes to play personally, and I know it's cringe, but I enjoy playing this archetype. Now he is playing blue, black, red, so he does have really good top end, but he's playing an archetype, which is like really hard to navigate. So the initial hand that we're dealt is pretty good. Aura Sing, Clan Ordo, Strike Ship. I like it. It's good enough to keep. I get rid of the Strike Ship and Clan Ordo just because like I said, at this point I know I don't have enough red cards in my deck. So Warrior of Clan Ordo, it's not going to do much for me. Strike Ship is good. I just think that Aura Sing is better. So I play Aura Sing turn 1. He plays Night Sister Warrior. Another instance of the Thrawn player having initiative. It's so annoying. It's like I wish I had initiative here. Like these games are so much easier if I do. And the thing is, like I went 6 and 4. I think I only had the initiative to start the game like 2 or 3 times, but it's a big difference in those games. So obviously here I pull a Strike Ship and a Lurking Snub. Every time the snub is going to go into my resources. So he attacks him with Night Sister Warrior. I attack base. He plays Admiral Ozzel. This card is currently in the Cad Bane discard deck. I personally don't have it in the version I made. I just think with blue-black being out there so much, like it's so dangerous to run Admiral Ozzel and then just be at risk of, again, paying to have your unit deal damage to you. Well, not deal damage to you, but, you know, harm you. So after this, we play a Houndstooth. He claims, I pass. We pull an Interrogation Droid and a Vane Snub Fighter. You know. I decide 000. Maybe not the play here. I don't know how I feel about that. Yeah, we're probably... Yeah, okay, I kind of get it. We want to, like, pivot to the space arena if he's going to keep playing these units on the ground. I would rather them do damage to me than be defeated, obviously. He attacks Aura Sing with his Admiral Ozzel, making me discard 2. I had to think about this while I was playing, so obviously here I get rid of the Strike Ship and the droid. I attack base for 4, exhausting his Night Sister Warrior. He plays mid-rim Sharpshooter. I unfortunately did not see that coming, so I discard a Beguile. Should I? Yeah, I honestly think discarding Beguile here is a good decision. For the first time, me not playing a Beguile. First time I've made a good decision regarding a Beguile so far this video. I just don't think it really helps us much. Like, he has ground units, you know, they're not big enough to be scary. Like, they don't do anything. He's not going to upgrade them. I'd rather them just stay there and I don't die. So I play a Vayne Snub Fighter. He claims I pass. I pull Shin Hati and Emperor's Champion. At this point, I know from playing these discard decks that this is probably a turn. He has the initiative. This is probably a turn that I don't play a card, to be honest with you. So this decision does not matter very much. So I discard Emperor's Champion. He plays, there it is, I called it, another mid-room sharpshooter. I hit base for 4. I exhaust his mid-room sharpshooter. He hits base for 2. I hit with Vayne Snub Fighter for 3. He claims I pass. I resource a Fennec Shand. He plays another mid-rim sharpshooter. I have 0 cards to play on back-to-back turns. So I attack in for 4. I exhaust one of his mid-rim sharpshooters. And this is kind of what I mean by, like, discard doesn't really, like, it can't get there most of the time because he's doing exactly what his deck wants to do. He's discarding all my cards. I have nothing to play, but I have 18 damage on his base and he has 2 damage on my base. This is just a realistic issue for discard. He deploys Thrawn. I attack in for 4 with Vayne Snub Fighter. He hits in for 4. I flip Shin Hati and I deploy the Lurking Snub Fighter, exhausting his mid-rim sharpshooter. He hits me for 2. I hit his base for 4. He claims, and this is what I mean. I have 3 lethal threats on board right now. He really can't do anything. So he claims. I have 2 Shin Hatis, resource 1. Honestly, probably should have kept both of them against a discard deck. He plays Chimera, defeating one of his mid-rim sharpshooters and defeating my Snub Fighter, healing him for 2. I hit in for 4. He hits Shin Hati for 4, healing his base for 2, and then I hit in with Houndstooth for 4, sealing the game. Realistically, like, if this goes one more turn, he probably has a Pre-Vizsla in his hand, and I just don't win. So this is a close game, but he doesn't really have enough pressure now to deal with all the units I have on board. So just realistically, this is kind of how these games go. So yeah, like I said, overall pretty good. Pretty good time with this deck. The Beguile, like my understanding of the game with Beguile has got to get a little better. And the Shadow, maybe I dump those too. Maybe that was, not very useful, to be fair. But it's a red, yellow, black deck. Like, I feel like I have to have it. But maybe I don't. Maybe it just doesn't fit this deck. Unsanctioned Patrol, probably going to run 3 of those. Emperor's Champion, probably going to run 3 of those. Vayne Snub Fighter was also secretly pretty good. Maybe I run 3 of those, but... And reading the card for Commence the Festivities. Definitely have to start doing that. But thank you guys for watching. Hopefully I can start live streaming again pretty soon. I'm going on vacation this weekend, but when I get back Sunday, I'm hoping to be on and streaming. But thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.